I was having a nice visit in Puerto Arena with Roberto. And what do I do my first night back in Harmony? I helped burn evidence of a murder.
Yeah, well, we couldn't let Jessica risk being arrested for a crime she may not have committed. And Alistair Crane could have set her up like he did her father and her brother.
Jessica's lucky you were around to help strip her John's motel room of any evidence she was there.
Yeah, well, all the bloody sheets and the clothes she was wearing are all ashes now. And I buried the knife.
Make sure you hide any trace that there was fire out here. The last thing we need is Jessica's dad asking questions.
Maybe I should call Spike to let him know I'm okay. No, he might be angry that this is the second John who died on me. How'd I go from worrying about getting good grades in college to worrying about being charged with murder?
Jessica, what are you doing up? You were supposed to be resting.
I couldn't sleep. I keep dreaming about that dead guy.
Give yourself time. It'll be okay. And don't worry about the clothes you were wearing or the bloody sheets. We burned everything.
Okay, thanks. No one can know I was in that motel room tonight. Or I can end up being charged with murder.
Why would I be smoking?
I thought the FBI would have called by now.
Consider said James fell asleep as soon as his head hit the pillow.
Oh, good. Hey, who knows? Maybe Luis will have Marty with him when he comes home. James and Marty can play together.
That'd be great, but I wouldn't get your hopes up. Louis still hadn't found Marty by the time his car blew up in Seville.
I'm just glad that Luis is well enough, to come home. I didn't expect to see him this soon. But this isn't about Luis and me. This is about Teresa marrying Alistair. And if anyone can undo this mess, Luis can.
I hope I did the right thing. I have the feds bring him back.
I hope I did the right thing by having you call. Still mad at Luis for not getting Marty back, but I do miss him. And I can't wait to see him walk through that door.
Oh, my God!
Damn you and your big mouth. What the hell did you think you were doing?
Good evening, Mrs. Crane.
Congratulations on your marriage to Mr. Alistair.
As lady of the house, it's our pleasure to serve you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. But there's no need to bow or curtsy.
Teresa, you are now Mrs. Alistair Crane, and this is how your inferiors are supposed to treat you.
This is tomorrow's menu, Mrs. Crane. If you have any changes, let me know.
You know what? Thank you. But I'm sure it's going to be perfect.
Oh, thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
There are fresh linens and towels in your suite, Mrs. Crane.
And your bathroom has been steam cleaned, so it's germ-free. Thank you.
Edie, you may put my new heir to bed now.
Yes, Mr. Crane. Jane had her evening bottle and is sleeping soundly. Is there anything else you'd like me to do for her tonight?
Edie, you know, my husband and I are Jane's parents. Please refer to us regarding her care, not Teresa.
Gwen, may I remind you that you and Ethan are living here at the mansion at my invitation. And Mrs. Crane will be able to see her daughter Jane anytime she wants. And if you two freeloaders dislike that, there's the door.
Take you out here now.
You leave him alone. He's a young child who needs him.
You should have thought of that before you broke the rules.
I can explain.
Not interested.
All right, that's it. I'm calling the police.
No, Sheridan. No police.
Don't touch that phone.
Oh, go to hell. I'm getting help.
Sheridan, don't.
Listen to your friend, ma'am. Let's keep Harmony's finest out of this.
You're crazy.
No, Sheridan. He's a federal agent.
What?
Agent Dave Hall, ma'am. FBI.
Leche caliente. It'll help you relax so you can sleep.
Thanks, Mama. You too, Simone. You've both been great. You cleaning up that awful motel room, you helping me get home, and burning all the evidence I was with that dead man.
Well, we're happy to help. See, we're friends. We know you would do the same for us.
I need some ice because I really use it. Oh.
Squirt. You're home.
Your dad will be very happy.
We all are.
Simone. Oh. Well, you must be happy. Your mother's ordeal and a mistrial.
Yeah, but it's weird to think that Aunt Liz could be charged with attempted murder.
Let's talk about something happy.
Paloma, have you met Sam's son, Noah Bennett? Noah, this is Paloma Lopez Fitzgerald, Teresa's sister.
It's very nice to meet you.
Same here.
Yo, I'm surprised you weren't at the seascape tonight.
Well, I just got back from a long visit in Puerto Arena with family and friends.
So you don't know what Teresa has done?
No. What?
Your sister got married.
She did?
How could Teresa marry Ethan when he's married to Gwen?
Oh, she didn't marry Ethan. Teresa married Alistair Crane.
Dios mío.
Well, this is just great. Teresa's been Alistair's wife for just a few hours, and she's already undermining us with Jane.
The nanny was just trying to score some points with Teresa, that's it.
Well, what else does Edie have to do to score points with Mrs. Crane? Refuse to let you see your daughter or possibly skip town with her?
Take it easy, all right?
No, absolutely not. Get upstairs, start packing, because we're leaving here with Jane tonight.
No, you're not, Gwen. Oh, please. Jane's staying in this house. I want both my children close by.
And if you want to keep your job at Crane Industries, Ethan, or ever practice law again on this planet, kindly tell your wife to show more respect to my wife. And as far as Jane is concerned, she goes nowhere without Teresa's permission.
You know what, Alistair? We're in charge of Jane, not Teresa. We have custody of her.
Temporary custody. And, gosh, I hear a clock ticking. Don't you, my sweet?
I do. Well, it's happening. I told you, she's going for full custody of Jane. And I can't lose another child. There's no way.
But
Welcome home, Mrs. Crane. Now, why don't you, get ready to, make love to me. After all, tonight is our wedding night.
I'm tired, and it's late, Alistair, you know?
Well, let's not forget our legal, agreement, especially concerning the number of times you're going to put out for me during the month. And, let's see, tonight should take, care of 2 nights, maybe 3, if you're lucky.
I mean, I knew that Teresa would continue to threaten our happiness, but what I didn't see coming is that she'd do it as Alistair's wife. She is unstoppable now, and this is all your fault.
my fault.
Well, at least you admit to it.
Wait. How the heck is Teresa marrying Alistair my fault?
Oh, she'll never go through with it, Gwen. Teresa will never marry Alistair. No, she'll just take little Ethan, and she'll move back with her family, and she'll let us raise Jane in peace. Yeah, right, because not only is Teresa still around, little Ethan is now the new heir to the Crane Empire, and Jane is slipping away right before our very eyes. I mean, forget the fact that the courts, declared her an unfit mother, and forget the fact that she tried to push me into an incinerator during a psychotic episode, but now the Teresa, who would never marry Alistair, has to give us permission to take care of your daughter.
Sure, Alistair put her up to that.
Oh, okay, and you've been corrected about everything else in the past.
Gwen,
right?
hey, whoa. Listen to me, look at me. Calm down, please.
Okay. My worst nightmare is coming true because Teresa is going to succeed in taking away everyone that I love. First it was Sarah, then our unborn son, and now it's Jane. And before you know it, we're going to be kicked to the curb because we're not bowing and scraping enough.
Honey, no matter what happens, we will still have each other, all right?
No, we won't, because she's not going to stop until she takes you away from me, too.
Shall we go to your bedroom, my dear?
Why don't you go wait for me? I just need a few minutes to freshen up.
Why don't you limber up, too, while you're at it? I'll be upstairs.
This man is a federal agent?
Yes, ma'am.
Then why did you threaten and attack Chris like that?
He bailed on the new identity we'd given him, putting himself, his son, and our organized crime investigation in jeopardy.
I'm sorry. I had to find my son.
No, you didn't.
He's my son, for God's sake.
The agency spent a fortune putting you in witness protection, okay? Protecting you and your son from retaliation by the mob. You should be grateful that you're alive, much less a free man. Not to mention all the grief that you've caused the agency, us having to track you down, keep your cover going, and your butt safe.
I'd do it again in a heartbeat. And if you had children, you'd understand.
Irrelevant. All right, you risk exposure, calling headquarters from an unsecure line to have us look for a missing person overseas, no less. If the CIA caught wind of this,
Lopez Fitzgerald worked in law enforcement.
doesn't matter. I ought to haul your sorry butt to headquarters and lock you up.
Please don't. Chris, he made that phone call for me.
Teresa married Alistair Crane, the man who had me kidnapped in Mexico and blew up the old temple with Luz in it?
Your new brother-in-law.
I'm sorry you had to find out this way.
Why would Teresa do such a thing?
The word is that she did it to be closer to her daughter.
Jane means the world to her. Teresa would do anything to be near her baby, even if it means selling her soul to the devil.
Which is exactly what she did.
Mama must be beside herself.
Oh, yeah. Pilar was ready to kill Alistair, your father, too.
So much has happened tonight.
Right. Jess.
What?
Hey, you're back here with us, where you belong.
Well, your father will be delighted, if not surprised. He thought you wanted to be with Spike, not here at home.
Jessica thought so, too, until we, Paloma and I ran into her at a nightclub and convinced her to try living at home again.
Nice work, ladies. We missed you, Ron. I'm glad you're back.
I wish I'd come home sooner.
You're here now. That's all that counts.
I'm a little tired from the trip, so I think I'll go up to bed now, if that's okay.
Yeah, me too. Jess, you coming?
Yeah, it's okay if Paloma and Swansea over, isn't it?
Your parents know where you are, right?
I'll call home from upstairs.
Yeah, me too.
Sam will be sorry he missed you. Sam.
Jessica? Glad you're home.
Thanks. I hope you don't mind.
You kidding? You know you're always welcome here.
Sam. The guy who called you from the force, did he say something to upset you?
He didn't. The case he's investigating did. Man was murdered tonight.
A man was murdered tonight?
Really? That's awful. Do they have any leads on who did it?
There's been a tip or two.
Who was killed? Is it anybody we know?
No. Guy was tall. Dark hair, blue eyes. Seems he rented a room tonight. Paid by the hour at the Willard Motel in the outskirts of town. Seems that this John may have been murdered by a prostitute. Jessica, you wouldn't know anything about this John being murdered, would you?
No, of course not.
I didn't ask you, Simone. I asked Jessica.
Daddy, why would you ask me something like that? Of course, I don't know anything.
Why did you come home tonight? I didn't think you wanted to have anything to do with us.
What happened was... Okay, you know, look, if you don't want me here, I'll leave.
Hey, of course we do. Don't we, Dad? Well, she never left.
I do too.
We're really tired, so we're going up to bed now.
Yeah, good night, everyone.
Good night.
Good night, Daddy.
Sweet dreams, Jess. Dad, what is going on, huh? Why are you treating Jessica like a criminal?
Sam.
I'm afraid Jessica could have killed a man tonight.
Sit down and listen to me. Teresa, it's not going to steal me away from you, I promise.
Honey, you're very naive.
No, I'm not. But you are a little paranoid.
I wish that's all it was. You know, I'd take a few pills, have a little therapy, and everything would be fine. Unfortunately, everything's not going to be fine. Because Teresa marrying Alistair is going to be the end for us. I know it.
No, it's not. Gwen, you're my wife, and I love you, okay?
Ethan, I love you too. But it doesn't matter. It's not going to stop Teresa. She's going to continue to insinuate her way into our marriage. The girl is like a deadly virus, right? You think you got her beat? No, she mutates into something stronger and worse and deadly. She's going to attack till your resistance is down and you finally succumb to her.
No, she won't. It's not going to happen. It can't happen.
Really? Because it has happened before and it will happen again.
It's not going to happen. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go downstairs. I'm going to get you some, I don't know, some warm milk, and it'll help you relax, okay?
Oh, please put some cinnamon in it for me.
I will put cinnamon in it. I'll be back.
God, I don't want to lose him. Do not want to lose him to Teresa.
Mr. Hall, would you please calm down? If one of the guests were to come down here and see all this...
Fine. But you know you're one of the dumbest, most reckless people I've ever met.
Maybe. But I owe Sheridan.
Not if it meant risking both James's and your safety just to track down Luis and bring him home.
I had to help you, Sheridan. You've been so good to me, James, Maureen. If you hadn't met them when you did, James probably would have died in that earthquake.
And so, to cause so much upset for the people that are trying to look out for you, just because of me, I feel guilty.
See what a good person she is? How she's always putting others first? If you knew how much misery Sheridan had in her life...
Please, Chris, you're just going to bore Mr. Hall.
Well, he's got to know why I bent the rules for you, Sheridan. And I know you still love Luis, despite the falling out you had over Marty. But you still wanted Luis home to help Teresa, even though you would have been stressed out if he was here.
I'll manage.
I hope so. You and Luis should be together again.
Teresa?
Ethan.
You already regret marrying Alistair, don't you? His taking little Ethan to raise in his image, his insatiable demands for sex. It's all too much for you, isn't it?
It's too much. I hate him. I hate him telling me what to think, what to do, and when to do it. When he touches me, I cringe. And,
The way he is in bed.
I don't
No,
want
he's
to.
rough. He grabs me, he forces me, and he hurts me, and he doesn't care. Can you help me? Can you please just take me away from here? Take me away.
Take me and the children out of here. Somewhere where Alistair can't find us. And stop him from raising my son. Stop him from forcing himself on me. The things that he wants me to do, and it makes me sick.
Listen. I'm sorry. But I am not the one forcing you to stay here.
No, you are. You took my daughter away from me. And you're trying to shut me out of her life altogether. That's why I married Alistair. You and Gwen are the reason that I am in this mess.
No, Teresa, you were in this mess because you refused to listen. People begged you not to do it. They lined up saying, don't marry Alistair. But did you listen? No, you didn't. You went ahead with it anyway. Why do you do these things that just end up in disaster? Why?
Because I think that it's fate's way of leading us back together.
Teresa, it's just you making one bad decision after another.
Okay, then just tell me what I do. What do I do? How do I fix this? Because I thought that I could handle being Alistair's wife, and I can't. And then the thought of him raising my son, your namesake.
All right. I will help you.
You'll help me. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for risking the wrath of Mr. Hall over there, just to bring Louise home and to help Teresa. I don't know how I'll ever repay you.
I want you to.
And you won't be able to. You see, Chris and his son are relocating. Start packing.
What? Why?
Standard procedure when someone blows their cover.
What about James's christening?
I'll make other arrangements. Bottom line is that you're not in danger because I broke the rules.
We'll hire extra security.
Sorry, ma'am, no can do.
Besides, Louis is coming home soon, and you'll be too focused on him to even miss James and me.
When you know that's not true. I care about both of you.
Sorry, ma'am, warm and fuzzy time is up. Our client here needs to get his things together.
And James are leaving, and it's all because of me.
Feel guilty, Sheridan? You saved James's life. Getting Louis back is the least that I could do to repay you.
Even so, I don't know what I'll do without you and James around. And I wanted you to meet Louise.
I would have liked to have met him, too.
Can't Chris and James stay until Louise gets home?
Look, ma'am, about Detective Lopez Fitzgerald. There's something you need to know.
It's weird how your dad asked you about the dead John.
Like he was testing me.
Well, things will be fine as long as we stick to our story. That we bumped into you at a nightclub and we convinced you to come home.
I'm not sure my dad believes us.
Why not?
I recognize that look in his eye. When my dad gets like that, he doesn't give up until he gets to the bottom of whatever is bothering him.
Oh, then we'll do something to confuse him, you know, throw him off the scent.
See, don't worry, Jess. Simone and I will protect you.
You heard me. I think that Jessica could have killed a man tonight.
Sam, no.
Oh, my God. Remember that call I got at the Seascape? There was a cop friend of mine who called me and told me that I should come down and see the crime scene. He was convinced that Jessica may be involved in the murder.
Why would he think that?
A witness saw a girl matching Jessica's description.
Sam, a lot of girls match Jessica's description.
Yeah, that's no reason to think she's a killer.
That's true. But unfortunately, this place is Jessica at the crime scene.
An earring.
One of a pair that Grace and I gave her on her 16th birthday.
Sam, are you sure?
Positive.
Look, maybe she lent it to another prostitute.
Noah's right. Of course, girls are always borrowing and lending clothes.
No. Look, these earrings meant too much to Jessica for her to just lend them out to someone to wear.
The old Jessica, maybe, Dad, but not the new Jess.
I mean, if Jessica was sentimental about things still, she wouldn't be doing what she's doing.
It's not just the earring and girl matching Jessica's description at the crime scene.
There's more.
I found this in the back planter before I came in the house. Jessica.
Did you say you found that in the planter in the backyard?
Just before I came in. Jessica must have burned it and God knows what else to try to destroy any evidence linking her to the murder. She tried to bury it in the back. If I'd gotten home a few minutes later, might not have smelled the smoke and see where it was coming from.
Okay, let's assume for a second that Jessica actually killed this guy.
Noah.
Here, hear me out, all right? If she did, it must have been in self-defense.
Oh, absolutely. No. I mean, Jessica's angry and she's definitely messed up, but she's not a murderer, Sam. She just isn't.
I agree. Unless there were drugs involved, which is a definite possibility, then there's no telling what she could have done.
No, I still don't believe it, all right? This is my kid's sister we're talking about. She's not some hardened hooker that embraces that lifestyle. All right, she's doing this because she's in love with Spike and she wants to please him. Forget that the guy's totally using her.
Look, I hear what you're saying, and I hope you're right. But these kind of things happen, especially when sex and money are involved. And I have a sinking feeling that what happened tonight is one of those cases.
What are you going to do?
The only thing I can do. I'm gonna have to turn in my daughter on suspicion.
Don't keep me in suspense any longer. Did you find Luis? Is he on his way back to Harmony?
Detective Lopez Fitzgerald was on the move again after his car blew up in Seville.
Right, I know.
Detective Lopez Fitzgerald snuck out of his hospital room late one night.
In search of my son Marty, I'm sure.
Right, after that, the trail went cold. The agency checked airlines, trains, buses, everything. It wasn't easy. Eventually, we got a lead that he had caught a ferry to Morocco.
Luis is in Morocco?
No, ma'am, not anymore.
Well, then, where is he? Where's Luis?
I knew you still loved me. I knew you wouldn't let me live in hell as Alistair's wife.
Teresa,
So where do we go? We got to go somewhere where Alistair would never think to look for us. It's got to be like Spain or Central America or an island on the South
Teresa.
Pacific somewhere. What?
You don't understand. You just don't understand. Just because I love you and I love the kids does not mean I can leave my wife and go be with you.
And you said that you would help me.
I do want to help you. I'm going to help you. I'm going to help you and little Ethan leave Harmony. You are not Alistair's property, and you can go wherever you want.
I'm not going anywhere without you and without my daughter.
You're not listening to me again. I will help you and little Ethan leave town, but I cannot leave my wife to do it.
Ethan, you have to.
Teresa, you can insist, you can beg. I am not going to leave my wife. But if you are serious, if this is about leaving Alistair and keeping little Ethan from being corrupted, then you pack your stuff and you pack little Ethan's stuff, and I will help you get out of here before Alistair even realizes what's going on.
And what about Jane?
Jane will stay here with me and Gwen, like the court ordered.
She's my daughter.
Teresa, she is my daughter, too. She is our daughter, not yours alone. Jane cannot replace the daughter that Gwen lost because of us. And I will not let my wife lose another child. Now, either you and little Ethan leave, or you can both stay here. It is up to you.
part of the reason I married Alistair was to get Jane.
And what are you going to be, Alistair's sex slave, and just hope and pray that that happens? Look, it's up to you. Either you and little Ethan can leave Harmony, and I'll do everything I can to protect the both of you, or you and little Ethan can stay here and be at Alistair's mercy for the rest of his life. And given that man's stamina, Teresa, could be a couple decades. You can either face years and years, decades of mental and physical abuse, or until he does something to you in bed, Teresa, that makes you want to kill the bastard.
Nobody breaks a deal with me. Nobody. I take my profits one way or the other.
But it is your choice. It is completely up to you. Either you and little Ethan leave Harmony, or you have a chance to go someplace safe, someplace where you can have a good life with your son, Teresa, or you can stay here and be Alistair's plaything until he dies, or until you kill him. That is up to you.
So Teresa's married to Alistair, and little Ethan is doomed to take over in the tyrant's footsteps. Teresa has her way, so will Jane. God, I cannot just stand here and not do anything. I wish my mother was here. I could pick her brain a little bit. God, I can't believe it's come to this. I am this desperate, huh? Here we are. What took you so long?
I ran into Teresa in the kitchen.
Guess I should have known. I mean, she lives here now. It's no surprise. She'll probably be barging in on you anywhere and any place she can, any time. Maybe I should put a bolt on the door so she doesn't wind up in the shower with you.
Maybe I should have put some brandy in there instead of cinnamon, because you're worked up more than when I left.
Honey, thinking about Teresa makes me crazy. It just does. I'm sorry. So tell me, did she give you the whole, like, love me or just get out of here ultimatum? Or maybe did she kind of try and talk you into having sex with her to make Alistair's assaults more bearable?
No, Gwen, neither. As a matter of fact, she's very desperate to have me help her move out of here and away from Alistair for good.
Really? This from the woman who just had to marry Alistair to get you and Jane back.
Teresa has realized that she has made a mistake.
Can I get that in writing?
I'm serious. And she's dead serious about leaving. She is packing for her and little Ethan to head out tonight. For good.
All right. I've got time to pack. I've got to grab little Ethan and get out of here before Alistair finds out that I'm planning to leave. God, I hate to think what he would do if he knew. Alistair. Oh, God. Don't you ever knock?
This is my house. You're my wife. Why should I knock?
Well, it's just, you know, rude to barge in.
Well, I can barge in anywhere and any time I want to. So why don't you be a dutiful wife and always be ready for my pleasure?
No, I need a few minutes, you know, to get ready.
Well, time's up. And so am I. Now the fun begins.
What if I did it? What if I killed that man tonight?
Well, maybe that's what Alistair Crane wants you to think. Maybe he set you up like he did your father and Noah.
Simone's right. Mr. Crane is evil.
But we're smart, okay? I collected all the evidence that you were ever in that dump, and we burned it to a crisp. There's nothing connecting you to that dead John.
Dad, you can't turn Jessica into the cops. She's your own daughter, for God's sake.
Don't you think this is hell for me, Noah? Because it is.
Then don't do it.
I have to.
Why, Sam?
For her own good. I don't see how that's true. Look, your sister has been on a downward spiral for a while now. Smoking, drinking, doing drugs. And now she's a prostitute. That John could have murdered her tonight, just as easily as being murdered himself. Now, she has got to be stopped before things get any worse.
How could they?
If Jessica doesn't turn herself in and is somehow linked to the murder, the DA will throw the book at her. At least this way there's a strong case for leniency.
Look, you make it sound like she's some cold-blooded killer, which she's not.
I know that. I know if Jessica was somehow involved in this, for self-defense. Bottom line, if I can't convince her to turn herself in, I'm gonna have to turn in myself for her own good.
All right, what is with the looks between you two? What's going on? Because all I want to know is where's Luis and when is he due back in Harmony? Because I need to talk to him as soon as possible about Teresa.
Go on hold.
Tell me what?
Sorry, ma'am. About you talking to Detective Lopez Fitzgerald is out of the question.
Why? Why can't I talk to Luis?
Because he's dead.